Hey everyone, it's Paul. Glad you could join me today on another Tuesday Live. Uh, had to change the schedule a little bit, starting at 4 o'clock today instead of the usual 4:30, just because there's so much going on. Like the title says, let the craziness begin. So this show is now going to be at 4 o'clock for the next few weeks instead of 4:30 because we've got a couple baseball practices and softball practices all on Tuesday evening, all starting at 6, which means I've got to squeeze dinner in, run the practice. So yeah, things are going to be starting a little earlier now on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. Say hi to a few people. Hey, Boris and Natasha. Glad you guys were able to stop in before your daughter's game. I do appreciate that. Hey, Lauren, how are you? I've actually got your latest video right now on my watch later. I got to check that out this evening when I get home. Bama picking and grinning. What's up, boys? How you guys doing? I know you know all about that crazy sports schedule. There's definitely more about that in today's live because things are about to get crazy around here. Big brother at the auction, greetings and salutations. How are you? Thanks for stopping in today. Glad you could. Um, yeah, guys, I'm in a great mood today. I mean, sports started. My daughter had her first softball practice last night. One of the boys has baseball tonight. She's got softball, more baseball tomorrow. So it's spring, sports are back, and the weather finally turned a little bit. Yesterday and today have been around 70 and sunny. Finally wearing some short sleeves, so I'm pretty happy. um, Not much to complain about till I start looking at my schedule. Hey, Greg, how are you? Glad you could join us. Pulling your hair out with this editing software. What are you working on right now? What editing software are you using? I've been using Adobe Pro. I'm thinking of possibly switching over to Filmora. I've heard it's a lot easier. And I mean, Adobe Pro, I'm figuring out pretty quick, but it's an advanced program. It seems like it's more for people that are doing series videos, some serious video editing. So I was thinking of maybe switching over to Filmora because I've heard it's a lot simpler to use and just a little more user friendly, especially for YouTubers. So I think that's where I'm gonna go. Just old and slow. All right, I get that. I totally get that. I'm starting to get that way with some technology when it comes to my kids now, and it's kind of funny, but hey, it's what happens. Eli starts Babe Ruth this month. That's awesome. Middle school football tryouts are starting already. That is crazy. Um, our middle school, the football tryouts are late July, early August, I want to say. Um, I'm not quite sure after last year because of COVID, obviously, but I'm sure my oldest is going to want to try it this year. It's his first year playing Pop Warner football, so I'm sure he's going to want to try. Um, I can't wait for football season too. Baseball started, but I'm ready for some football too. This will be my first year coaching that, so that's going to be interesting. Using Olive. I've never used that one before. I'll have to look into that. Yakov Benz, how are you, buddy? I see you're in the car. Hopefully that means you're heading home from another day at work. Just don't miss that exit again, Jake. Even though that was a very entertaining Instagram live, I did enjoy that. It was good to see some sights of the area, and I felt bad for your frustration because I know how that can be when you miss an exit, especially when they're far apart like that, and it's rush hour. Uh, Has anybody else's allergies started to kick off? Like, I don't know what it was. I was out today, obviously driving with the window down, and now all of a sudden my throat's raspy, my nose is a little. I think I'm gonna have to start taking some allergy medicine again, but it's that time of year. It's great. Hey, Amber, how are you? Glad you could stop in. I know you guys are some football boys down there. I'm guessing they start up a lot earlier than we do up here. But you guys also got that great weather, and like you said, it's a lot more serious. Um, so that's awesome that you guys are starting. We start our in-house baseball leagues today. David tries out for the junior high baseball team tomorrow and Friday. So I'm hoping he does well at that. It's going to be a uphill climb for him, but he's got a great attitude about it. When we talked to him about it, he said, you know what? At least I tried. It doesn't hurt to try. So that's pretty awesome for a about to be 13-year-old to have that mindset and take a chance at something. So I'm pretty proud of him for that. All right, the fence is coming Friday. That's my fiance right there, and we just ordered some fencing because our neighbor just got a dog, and we have a chain link fence, and our dog likes to go right up to the fence and start barking at them, and they bark at him. So we're actually getting a wood fence to put up so he can't look at them. So that'll be the next project that we're working on, but it's we're getting brackets where we can just hook it up right to the chain link fence, so that'll be a lot easier. We already tested out one. All right, so it's not just me. I see Amber, Bama. I'm telling you, they haven't been bothering me. It was just today they started driving around with that window down. It just kind of, I guess, blew everything right up into my nose and face and got it going. So yeah, that time of year. So what's everybody got going on today? I hope your days have gone well. Anybody get out to do any thrifting today? I know it's Tuesday, but it seems like that's a good day at some of the thrift stores, at least around here. They finally get to go through all that inventory for the weekend that they received. So, all right. But yeah, so it's talking about schedules, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to work eBay, YouTube, my regular job, and all of the sports. It's going to be an interesting challenge over the next couple months. Um, we've got, let's see, softball, two baseball, possibly a third baseball. I looked at our schedule this week. There was practice last night, two practices tonight, a practice tomorrow, two practices Thursday, scouts on Friday. Yeah, all three do scouts. One also does karate. One also has dance club going on right now behind me. One has video game club. So there's going to be a lot of driving around, a lot of schedules. And then we've obviously got games all weekend. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to find time to do all this, guys. Like, it's a lot of stuff. My family obviously is going to come first. Hold on. Lauren's listening and watching. That's awesome. Yep. Colin covers everything. Amber made some videos this morning. Exactly. Family first, eBay for the income, then YouTube. The nice thing is I'm doing this all part-time. I have a full-time job. I work 8 to 5. And then I do eBay on the side. I'd love to one day make that the full-time. I mean, I just have more fun doing it. But that obviously means I have to scale it as well. Looking at the schedules right now, it looks like I do have Saturday mornings to still hit up yard sales at like 7, 8 in the morning, because most of the games are like 10 and 12, which is a good thing. But I just look at it and go, where will you do all this? I have a feeling there's going to be a lot more late nights. I've said before in these lives that I do best listing late night once everybody's in bed and we're done watching shows. But you also look at the life balance now. Like when you're doing all these games and schedule, like all these other schedules, when do you spend time with the family at home as well? Like you got to find a balance, and I'm trying to figure that out now. I'm not quite the schedule person, but I think I'm going to have to start to create myself a schedule, like an actual, all right, this is the time of day where you're working on eBay. This is the time of day where you can go edit YouTube videos. And it will be interesting because I'm not a schedule person. I don't know about you guys. Hey, Ella, how are you? I'm glad you were able to stop in. Thank you so much. You're always here and supporting. It's awesome. So I'm looking at it like, am I going to have to create a schedule? I hate schedules. I actually had a conference call today with one of my bosses for my annual review, and he's like, you got to make a schedule. But I'm not that kind of person. I like to just roll with everything, do stuff as it comes, but stuff does get missed. So I'm thinking that it's going to wind up being like 8 to 5. I'm at work. Then we, shovel dinner down our throats and then start off practices or games. Get home after 8. Try to spend an hour or two with the kids and obviously with my fiance, relaxing, and then finally starting YouTube and eBay after like 10 o'clock at night. Um, but that's probably the one way I think I'll be able to get everything in. Might be some more late nights till 12, 1, maybe 2 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be interesting. And then weekends, I gotta try to find time to source. Um, Yard sales, obviously, early before all the games. Maybe some Sunday yard sales. I don't know how good Sunday yard sales are. I'm new to yard sales. I've told you guys that before. Um, but yes, I might wind up being some sourcing on Sundays now to try to squeeze in some time. Maybe doing some estate auctions, maybe some online bidding and auctions, some online arbitrage. I'm not sure. It's going to be interesting. I've been learning a lot about this, and now I'm getting thrown a nice curveball. But it's a great curveball because after a year, normalcy is returning. I joked last year when this all started that we're going to go from 2020 basketball right into 2021 baseball, and that's exactly what we're doing. Hey Harry, how are you, buddy? Glad to see you in here. I see you've been around today. You not working today? Yard sales is where it's at. Just get up early and be the first one up the driveway. You got to be the early bird. That's definitely what I'm looking at right now. When it comes to Saturdays, because with baseball and softball games starting at 10, 10:30, having to be there about a half hour before, um, definitely have to be early. It's going to be early sourcing. So those 8 a.m. yard sales, like I'll be right there at 8 a.m. waiting to walk up the driveway. I've already been scouring the yard sale app and Craigslist for the next weekend and seeing what's coming up so I could try to start planning ahead. Our first game is Saturday at 10:30, and that's the team I coach. So I have to be there about 9:45, 10 o'clock. They'll get the field ready and obviously warm the boys up. So that's going to be a early morning. So I'm hoping there's a couple 7, 8 a.m. type yard sales where I could hit real fast and close together. Sourcing is a schedule, regardless what people think if you're full time. You know what? I think you're correct, and I'm learning that now as I've been trying to fit this with my schedule. And I hear that from others that they have a day where they do sourcing, a day they do listing, then another day that they do sourcing and then listing, and you just kind of keep that repetitive motion going. Sorry, I'm just a little energy today. I guess it's just this nice weather. I've got something in my hand. I can't help but toss it around. Ready for baseball practice tonight. Harry's playing reseller. I know I have been. I hope no one looks at me and goes, Paul, you're someone we're listening to on this, because I'm still learning big time. Big time. And there's so much to learn. But you're in trouble, might be able to hit a couple yard sales, but then off to baseball you go because time flies quick. It really does. I'm going to be speed moving this weekend. I will definitely have the GoPro. So I usually film on time warp mode. I might leave it on my regular mode because you'll still probably see me moving as fast as the time warp because I'll be like, just because I got to get to the next one and then to the sports. Hey, David, I guess he stepped away from his video games. His first practice is tonight, so I can't wait for that. If I had to leave yard sales because I forgot and had my kids' baseball equipment in the car. We're usually pretty good about that. The night before, we usually, especially when we have to split up, because multiple kids have multiple things elsewhere, and get the right gear the night before in the cars. It's usually the chairs where I feel like we normally, oops, we brought one less or something like that. But we will see. I'm hoping when we get all the schedules, there's not too many overlaps because I'd love to see all the kids play this year. 2 years ago, I missed a lot of Caitlin's softball games because I was helping coach 3 baseball teams. So she kind of got the short end of the stick that year, but I'm going to try and help her team out a little bit this year if they need it and spend some time with the little ones. It's just harder for me with the younger teams. Don't quite have the patience for like 8U, but she's been playing with 10U this year, and I've coached that level before. Not sure about girls. I've never coached with them. Hey, Annie, how are you? Glad you could stop in. There you go, David. You're getting some support, buddy. Swing away. Um, I can't wait to watch him try to swing tonight. He's now playing with 15U kids, so he's moving up to the BB core bats, which are about 10 ounces heavier than what he's used to swinging. So kid's going to get a workout tonight. He's been swinging the bat a little bit, thinks it's easy, but we'll see when the pitches start flying tonight. Oh, you can't play any video game. You were playing games on your phone, bud. What do you mean you can't play any games? What position do you play, David? He kind of goes all over. He plays a lot of outfield, some second base. He thinks he can be a catcher. I let him play catcher at the end of last season in one game for an inning. He didn't do bad. So I told his new head coach this year that it's something he wants to play. So he might get some chances there. But he's been getting a lot better fielding wise, and I think this year they're going to give him a chance to move around. He usually plays left field, right field, and second base. Oh, what's going on, Lewis? How are you? Glad you could stop in. Are you guys having no cap this week? I know you had it on April Fool's Day, but you know we're all always ready for the next episode. That step up in baseball during that age is crazy. What is it from drop 10? Yeah, he's going to drop 3. So we got him a 32.29. And then at one of the thrift stores, I was able to find a 31.28, which is a little bit lighter. I found that at a thrift store for $2. That was dinged out, but it's still in pretty good condition. So I'm gonna have him work with that first before going to that 32.29. Might as well use the used bat in practice right now while he gets used to it before he pulls out the good new bat. Big adjustment for him, obviously, is going from that 50, 70 base path to now a 90-foot baseball field. It's going to be a lot of running. He's run on it before, but it's a lot. It's going to be interesting to see how he handles that. But it's going to be a good workout. He needs it. Good to hear, Lewis. And it's next week. All right. I had a feeling it was, but I had to ask. You know, we always want to see no cap. You guys have a great show there. And once again, congrats on 1,000. How long do you think till we start seeing the ads pop up in your videos and before your lives? It's always a good day when that happens to people. Phillies 4-0. Yeah, they're off to a great start. The Atlanta series surprised me. Their pitching was phenomenal. Like, phenomenal. Like, I did not expect that. Atlanta's a pretty good team. And the Mets, just love watching them beat up on the Mets. They're garbage. I just hate the Mets. That's the Yankee fan in me. Johnny Bench, always a favorite. Yes. The base path is huge and the outfield is enormous. Yeah, it's gonna be a little awakening to him. He played some 50-70 in the fall, which was good. But yeah, that field, if he's playing just the in-house program, it shouldn't be too bad because most of the in-house teams here, they don't have travel kids play unless they're not pitchers, it seems, which is good. So it's not always the best kids, especially with junior high starting to mix in. But if he makes that middle school team, oh, he's going to get ready to see what a real field really looks like because some of those kids will definitely be hitting some shots. Still have to get the watch hours. Only halfway. Wow. You know what? That'll be me. Right now I'm at about 385 subs and only about 335 watch hours. These lives are good. They usually get me about 10 to 15 hours, but I don't like doing more than one a week. And my videos, they only get me about 3 to 4 minute watch time, even when it's like 10, 15 minutes. So once I get to 1,000, I'm going to be sitting there for a while. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm at 2,000, 3,000 subs before I hit the watch hours. So, hey, that's most of us. It is cold. Exactly. we'll see the real team around June, and hopefully they don't do what the Mets normally do and that start off hot and then show their true colors then and start sucking. I hope that's not the case. I really thought the Phillies would be around a 500 team this year, so it'll be interesting to see. Can't wait to see how it turns out. They've got the lineup. Hopefully it's the pitching with them. Garbage Monster, how are you, buddy? Glad to see you. How's the weather down there in Florida today? I'm jealous every time my father posts pictures of the beach. I'm always like, you have to do that to me, especially this winter. Hey, Jen, how are you? Glad you're able to stop over. Yeah, most get monetized after 2K subs. Yeah, I think Tommy was telling me usually only about 1% of YouTubers ever do get monetized. And I think it's who can stay with it until they get there. It's going to take a while. Most people don't have that drive to stay there. Lewis, do the live. That's how you get the watch hours. And have people run your show and your videos. Yeah, we had a discussion about that a week or two ago where with Tommy was talking a lot in that chat. I don't know if he's around today. He did not like the idea of people just running your videos in the background just because when those watch hours fall off, you're back below 4K again. So I don't know. It's interesting. Different philosophies from everybody. Extra crispy down there. That's what I like, and that's what I'm missing. At least it's starting to warm up here, and hopefully soon it'll be that way. I'm hoping to be down in Florida late August. And if things work out, we might try to take a quick Memorial Day weekend getaway down there. So we'll see, but definitely trying to get down there in August. It's probably been almost 2 years now because of COVID since I got to go down there. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, it's still a slow road. And that's what I love to see. You can't wait to play baseball tonight. That's my boy. I can't wait to be out there. I've helped coach his team in the past. His coach this year has his own coaching staff. So I'll get to enjoy it from the sides. And if they need an extra parent help that day, I'll be out there. But it'll be nice to just be back there and just watching him play and watching him and enjoy it. Jen gets a lot of watch hours from her playlists, mostly her what's sold. Okay. Yeah, I'm waiting to, I've been looking at my analytics, trying to figure out what videos of mine people prefer and where the drop-offs are in each video and where the spikes are. So I could try to start tailoring my videos a little bit more to the analytics to keep the watch time. I saw most viewers were watching my videos between 35 and 40%. So I'm trying to tailor that more. With this current ride-along video, I'm sitting at about 55%. What I saw was in my ride-along videos, a lot of people didn't like the talking. They just wanted to see you in the thrift store thrifting. So I tried to limit my talking in between. I haven't seen the full analytics come out because I'm not till 24 hours till a little bit later today. But right now I'm at about 55% watch time on that video. And instead of talking for a half minute to a minute in between stores, I tried to limit it to about 20 to 30 seconds. And my initial intro, I cut down from like 30, 40 seconds to about 20. And it looks like it might pay a difference. I mean, we'll take a look when the analytics come out. If that's the case, then I'm going to keep with it. Got to figure out the what solds though, because those actually do around 50% for me. It's just that those thrifting videos, I guess people just didn't want to hear me talk, which I don't blame them. Yeah, you didn't get to play for 2 years. Thank you, David. Don't forget to watch What Sold Wednesday tomorrow. What Sold Wednesday tomorrow, now that he brought it up, is going to be a good one. You guys have heard me talk about the 99-cent challenge the Bolo Buddies held that a lot of us are in. Jen's one of them. Those auctions ended Sunday, and we are all putting out our What Sold Wednesday videos, or what sold at the auction tomorrow. And that's kind of going to end that little challenge till, I think it was Zombie Bargain Hunter unveils everything he got from all of us since he was the winner. My five items sold. Um, two of them I broke even on, might have taken a little loss. Um, one was a huge profit. That was the Wii guitar. I was quite surprised by that. I had some zeros bidding that up. It went from, I bought that at $4, the guitar. It sold for $61. Shipping cost me about $9. So I made a nice little profit on that. The Wii bundle went for about 127, I think it was. 125, 127. And the PlayStation bundle went for about $1.15. So tomorrow's video, I'll dive into those, give some of the full numbers, and talk about it more. But yeah, we'll all be posting those videos tomorrow. Will he be in it? Um, I don't know if he will. I'm actually trying to make a new intro for that video. My daughter has a pretty cute saying when she says, "What sold Wednesday?" We all laugh. Watch them. It does add up. I've got playlists built, and what I'm starting to do now in my videos is link those playlists below. I wasn't doing that initially, so I've started to do that. I'll just at the end say, "Hey, if you like these ride-along videos, here's my ride-along playlist where you can see all the other ones." Try to tailor it. Big Brother question is private picks and auction holes are his most viewed. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty consistent on viewing. Usually I'm like 60 to 85 views per video. Doesn't matter which kind of video it is. It's got to figure out how to keep people longer on the videos. So I've been going through that little graph, seeing what people cut off on. Who are the top baseball players playing right now? It's a good question. I'm gonna let David put that in the chat who he thinks the best ones playing are right now, because he's actually watched more baseball this past week than I have. Every morning I wake up, he's upstairs watching last night's Phillies game or the MLB Network highlights. Hey Jay Wonders, how are you? Things are going good. Starting to get pretty busy. Sports started up yesterday, so things are going very good around here. Corbin and Amy, what's up, guys? If you guys have not seen them, no, most of you guys follow these too. But if you don't, they actually have a pretty cool video that they put on Saturday. They went thrifting with a flipping accountant. There's a video on both of their channels that was pretty good. Since that came out, I think they've jumped about over 100 subs, is it, guys? 100, 125 subs. They've been flying. They just shot across the 400 mark, and about a week and a half ago, they were a little under 300. So that's pretty awesome. They're putting out some pretty good content, jumping on all the lives they can in the live chats. They're doing really well right now, guys. You should check them out if you haven't. Don't worry, Jen. I haven't made mine yet. I've planned on it this afternoon, but time got away from me. So I'll be doing that tonight after practice and then editing that. I was going to add some other things that sold to it, but since I waited so long, it's probably just going to be those 5 items and call it a day. Careful with putting kids in your video. Yeah, I know. I've had my boy in there once or twice when he sold some items. He's just come on and said what he sold. And then last week, my daughter jumped in the live and wanted to talk with the chat. That was pretty cute. I think a lot of people enjoyed that. All right, bud, go have some fun before practice. Hit him far tonight. I hope he does. 200 subs in the past 2 weeks. That's some awesome growth right there, guys. You guys are doing a really good job. Bryce Harper, Rhys Hoskins, the Phillies catcher, probably the Phillies left fielder. Yep, that's about right for the Phillies for sure. Did anybody see the highlights last night of Fernando Tatis? Oof, brutal injury, guys. Non-contact, took a swing, swung so hard he dislocated his shoulder and potentially tore his labrum. That's painful, and that is a pretty hard swing if you're going to swing and dislocate your shoulder. I don't think I've ever seen that before. He swung, came through, and fell right to the ground. It was pretty painful looking. Felt bad for the kid because he's one of the brightest young stars in the game. So does that mean the Phillies have a good team? At the moment, they are 4-0 right now. But like we always say at this time of year, it's a long season. I mean, the Baltimore Orioles are 3-1. We know that's not going to stay. Yeah, tomorrow's What Sold Wednesday. I think we were going to try and all drop it around the same time, around 11:30. I know some people will be later in the day. I'll probably be at 11:30 just because I like to schedule things in advance. Just if I get busy at work, I don't have to worry about it. Haven't decided if I'm going to do it as a premiere or not. What do you guys think? Should I premiere that video or just schedule it, and when people get to it, they get to it? I do like the premieres because when you have 5 or 6 people watching, you get them there for the entire video. So your watch time's 100% or damn near close to it. And if you got a 10, 15-minute video, you can rack up some quick time if you get a handful of people there. It's actually the reason I don't like watching premieres, just because I like to skim through videos, but I do love the chat aspect of it. It's a lot more fun interacting with everybody. And sometimes I have to go back and watch the video afterwards because I missed something because I was too busy chatting with everybody. Corbin and ABC premiere. All right. Yeah, if I premiere, it's going to be about 11:30. That's when they wanted us to put it out. So I'll have to look at the work schedule because I've got a couple meetings tomorrow morning again. It's been a busy week. I haven't been able to be in the morning shows that I normally watch. Monday, I was in like a 4-hour meeting in the morning. It was brutal. And then Tuesday, that's today actually. Tuesday, I had a meeting this morning from like 9:30 to 10:30, so I was only able to jump in to Johnny and Paul's premiere. Wish I could have stayed longer, but didn't have the time. It's always fun going in there and picking on the other Paul. Somebody's got to keep sarcastic with him since he's not in the chat to do it to everybody else anymore. But it's all in fun. He's teasing. He's a Philly fan. He is. Have you gotten any tickets yet to go to a game this year, Harry? Or do you have any intentions of trying to go up? Or are you just gonna sit at home with the Miller Lights that are cheap and watch it on the TV? Is Reese and Reese? It is the same guy. It is, Jen. The catcher is JT Realmuto. What's up, Evan? How are you, man? Glad you could stop in. I'm sure you have been able to get in some nice golfing weather this past couple weeks as the weather started to turn down there. Remember seeing a video with you and the tornado on Instagram after he hit 100K. It's awesome that he did that. Catcher's JT, Harry. Hey, Justin, how are you? Was just talking about you. Was just telling everybody about your video with Corbin and Amy. You guys had your nice little collab this weekend and talking about the amazing growth those two have had. It's great that you were able to help them out too. They've flown in subs. Hi. There's Caitlin. She just finished dance class. Beautiful going to play on Thursday. That's awesome. Yeah, it just finally hit the 60s and 70s here yesterday. It looks like it's finally here to stay. And we started our sports practices last night. Softball yesterday, baseball tonight. So it's great. Just kidding. That's the problem with the chat sometimes. You don't get like that it's the joke. Just because it's just chat. It's almost like with text messages. You never fully understand. I'm a couch fan. You like your box seat. You know, I prefer watching at home too, but I have to get to games every once in a while. I'm hoping to potentially get up to the Yankees and Phillies when they're in New York. It's been a few years since I've been to the stadium. I would love to go. If I can, I'll try to get tickets down here. Hopefully they lift more restrictions and allow more fans in the stands soon. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping in while you're at work. I do appreciate that. Good luck. Harry destroys names? I don't think I've ever seen that before, Harry. You don't destroy them at all. So you guys had a lot of fun. They worked really hard on the videos and collab. They definitely have earned their growth. I 100% agree. Those two have been doing an amazing job. They definitely work hard. And Amy puts a lot of time into those videos editing, it seems. Amy, I could be wrong, but with the editing you do in there, it looks like you spend a lot of time on it, which is awesome. It shows. I barely edit. I just cut out dead space and connect clips and pop in some music. That's about all I do. I don't bother with any overlays. I think I need to start doing that. Just a couple here and there just to jazz it up a little bit. But we'll see. I want to see what the analytics look like after I make a couple tweaks to some of the videos I'm doing now. I might do more of those Quick Thrift Thursday types as well. It seems like people really like that Quick Thrift format, just a short 2-minute video where people can see a thrift, see the haul, and then go about their day. I usually get about 75 to 80% watch on those quick thrifts. So that's pretty cool. It gives you character, Harry. Yes, we do love Harry's character. His lives are freaking awesome. I love watching those, especially when he's got Anthony, the bluegrass picker on. Those two together are a great combination. You're another one. You spend a lot of time editing, but you know it shows in your video. I'm not sure what your watch time looks like on yours, but your videos are very entertaining. And I will have to say, out of a lot of videos, I probably spend a lot less time like skimming through yours because I never know what's going to pop up. Same thing with Evan Flipperson. He does an amazing job with his edits, and I love watching you guys that do that just because it does keep my attention. I just don't have the attention span to do it myself. Slacking today, playing on the Nintendo Switch, haven't played in months. You know, that happens sometimes. When I get to go on a PlayStation and actually get a chance to play, I fall down that rabbit hole. The other night I was actually playing NCAA Football 11 on the PlayStation 3. I just had an urge and turned it on. Next thing I knew, it was about 2 hours later, and I'm like, shit, I gotta go to bed. Can't keep playing this game. It's amazing how slow those games were from the PS3 compared to now. Like, oh my God, the save time, the loading time, such a huge difference. It's amazing. Hey, Marcy, how are you? Glad you're able to stop in. Played some Smash Brothers this morning. I was never a big Nintendo guy. Obviously the original Nintendo, but once that Super Nintendo came out, guys, I turned to Genesis. I became a Genesis fan, and then when PlayStation came out, I went to PlayStation. I just never really was a Nintendo person. Hey, Evan, you do a great job. Like some of those edits just blow my mind. I don't know if you've got a background in digital media as well, or what you did before you did reselling, but you do a great job. Amy is uploading a video for today. Currently packing up Guitar Hero bundle. All right, that's awesome. I packed up that Wii guitar, and I'm like trying to find like a box that fits it. It didn't have too much space afterwards. I mean, the nice thing about that Wii guitar was it's got that release button, so it pulled off, so I was able to do it in 2 pieces. But I had a lot of dead space in the boxes I had. What size boxes do you guys normally do? Like on the whole guitars, I'm pretty sure you guys do the Franken box, right? FFX came out 20 years ago. He's officially old. Don't worry, Justin. I know how you feel. I play those games from the early 2000s and I'm like, wow. And I still remember being in college when those came out. So I'm pretty old too. Some cool points. I love the original Nintendo. That was awesome. When it came to Super Nintendo, I just kind of lost interest. I don't know what it was. I just became a Sega guy. And then Microsoft and PlayStation. I hate Microsoft. I love Microsoft programs for the computer. But when it came to the video game software, PlayStation to me is the king. It might be because of MLB The Show, which now is going to be coming out on every system. Best move Sony can make because now they're going to make more money because those people that would not play PlayStation didn't play that game. They just heard about how great of game it was. Flippy knows magic. He does. I'm telling you, when I saw the version of him come out of his computer screen, take his coffee, and go back in the computer while he's talking to the camera, mind blown. Mind blown. Harry has an army of sewing machines. They Frankenbox priority box. That's what I see a lot on the Guitar Hero guitars. Thankfully, I haven't had to do that yet, but hopefully I will be soon. Just watch way too much YouTube. I think every one of us here can admit we watch way too much YouTube, but it's a lot of fun. And it's also created this community we're all a part of, which is pretty awesome. Don't know much about sewing machines, never thought of those. Final Fantasy X, one of the best game ever, soundtrack alone. Baseball season is making it hard for you to watch evening lives. That's awesome, Annie. Like, I love watching baseball and hearing people that watch baseball so much. Yeah, watching lives at nighttime is so hard for me. Just because there's so much stuff to do around the house. Like Tuesday nights, I try to make time just because you have Nurse Flipper. And then, of course, Tommy and Tracy after that. I always catch some of Tommy and Tracy because even late night, if I'm just listening, I can turn them on. Kat, I'm able to watch some occasionally. All depends what we going on that night. Usually, if I catch hers, it's like from 9:45 to 10 o'clock. But I do try to pop in. 20 plus video game consoles in your collection. So you're a collector, and that's awesome. I never quite was that way with video games. Whenever the new system came out, I would take my old system and turn it in and get that credit. Now that I know enough about reselling, I wish I didn't do that and just kind of sold it online and then taken the money because I definitely could have made more that way. TV or YouTube, I'll take YouTube. I'm getting that way, Harry. I see you're jumping out, so have a great day, bud. I am getting that way. There's only a couple shows on TV I really like. I'd rather just be in here learning more about reselling, and then the late night shows is just entertaining. Enjoy it. That app rules. Yes, it does. They've come a long way, MLB, with their apps, and it's just so great being able to watch so much baseball. Another house build. What's up, man? How are you? Just tuned in to hear me say we all spend too much time on YouTube. Totally agree, and I guarantee my wife does. I'm sure my fiance does. I'm sure she's still watching here. I think she was. I know she was earlier, and I'm sure she's probably typing in the comments right now that she agrees. I spend too much time on it. I've got it on during the day while I do my work, and whenever I keep taking breaks from my work, and usually in the evenings. But it's entertaining. Yeah. Chuck, how are you, bud? You've got 6 consoles, and you thought that was a lot. 6 consoles is. In our house, we have a Wii, we have an Xbox One, a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation 4, a PlayStation 5, and now we have the PlayStation 3 I found a couple weeks ago that I'm now going to be using to test the PlayStation games. So we've got quite a few in our house too. I think I could ever have 20. Probably have to go back to all the old ones we had from kids, and I can't do that. And actually, we do have that little Nintendo and Genesis ones they came out with the preloaded games. We have those too. Chuck, that is enough to label you as cool, so it's okay. Bama said that's a good start, Chuck. And Justin said those are rookie numbers. You need to up your game, Chuck. Yeah. What's going on, Tommy? Glad you could stop in. Had to move the time of the show to 4 o'clock from 4:30. It's going to be that way now for the next few weeks with all of our baseball and softballs and karates and all of that stuff starting up now. Yeah, trying to juggle that balance between YouTube, life, work, reselling, and I didn't want to give up the live, so we just moved it up a little bit earlier, and I just kind of blocked it off on my work schedule where to them I'm doing something else. But nice thing is working at home, I can make that time up elsewhere. Yeah, see, everybody's different with that. PlayStation and Xbox, we all find a game that we like and we kind of gravitate towards that system because they both have so many games that are just platform specific. I hate it. I love it. Because they all do come out with good systems. You just kind of wish the good games were on all of them. I'm kind of glad PlayStation or well, Sony decided to put MLB The Show on both systems and actually every system because there's so many out there that have been craving a good baseball game to play on their system. 300 systems in the garage currently. Well, those are the ones you're selling. I'm pretty sure Bama Pickin' and Grinning has 20 collecting. I wouldn't be surprised if he has some to sell as well. What's up, Steve? Glad you could stop in. Thank you so much for putting me on as you drive to the next store. I know we've talked a couple of times the last few days, but on camera, I want to say congratulations on 1,000 and getting monetized. You definitely worked hard at it, and you're another one where I just enjoy your videos, and I'm glad you were able to get there and then start seeing a little bit of money for your work. That's awesome. A Neo Geo AES system. Wow, that's pretty awesome. Prices you find I could probably step up. Yeah, we find a lot of cheap systems. I mean, I could easily buy a lot now and then keep them. Chris spends more than 24 hula a day on YouTube. Chris, you're definitely in as many chats as I am. So, and you're probably in as a lot more than me. I think I see you with the moderator status on just about everybody, so I know you're around a lot. Wendy says we only got PS5 for Sackboy. That's why she and our daughter got it. Me and the boys just wanted the new PlayStation 5. And I can't wait for MLB The Show to come out in a couple weeks because I'll be trying to find some time to play that as well. Flippy, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. Glad you could come. Those are facts. Balancing the channel, live streaming, and finding cards with work and life on top is hard, but key. It really is. And we were talking about that earlier, and it's going to be interesting to see how I find that balance over the next couple of weeks and how it works out for me. The schedule might happen. I might have to give up my just trade of not being a schedule guy and start doing one, but we'll see. I'm sure Wendy right now is going, yes, finally, he's going to make a schedule. She's a schedule person. I usually leave that to her. Only ever game I played on that console was Fatal Fury. Okay. The Vortex. Yes, that's the name you have loved to give this. Trying to decipher what hula meant. I have 2 devices running, one for watch hours. So on one device you have a playing to help people out. That's pretty cool. I usually have multiple tabs open. I like to bounce between lives. In the morning, I usually jump on Cajun Roots and Philly Flippers morning show. And then I have another tab with Reseller Nation, Leroy, Blood, Sweat, and Sell. And I go back and forth. I use the mute button a lot to go back and forth and just catch a little bit here, catch a little bit there, jump back and forth, look at the chats. If it seems like an interesting topic in the chats, I know what they're talking about is pretty interesting, and I'll jump to that one. Baseball and garbage pail kid cards than gaming, but the community is way intertwined. It really is. I've found that out. Like I've been found a lot of baseball card breaks and baseball card channels, trying to get more into that community as well, just because it's something we all love to do. It's a nice hobby of ours. And I see how much guys from there do watch the reseller content I have, and they actually take the time and watch the videos and actually comment on stuff they sell. So it's not like there's just commenting back because I was on their channel, which I think is pretty awesome. And I think it's also, there's the parallel there, like a lot of those sports cards guys, we sell stuff to support our hobby. So there's that parallel, like you're still reselling. So it's kind of cool. I've loved seeing these two communities blend a little bit. Been having a little more of the sports card guys also starting to jump on lives, which is pretty cool. Cannot Hulu for 2 seconds. Definitely not 24 hours. I'd be interested in seeing you try, Chris. Make sure you take a video of that. we'd love to see that. Jen, I'm sure you agree. We'd love to see that. Super sick. I could have got so many Donruss Optic baseball last week. I was so mad. I was at the store, bought cards for opening day for our opening day opening. Then I got home, and next day I saw 2021 Donruss was coming out. I was so mad. Jen's a fan of Garbage Pail Kids. I'm still so surprised Garbage Pail Kids are popular again. I heard that a week or two ago, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Oh, they were talking about cartoons this morning. Mo wasn't on this morning. Today was Eric, OBX Picker. Maybe that was yesterday he had that. Yesterday I was stuck in meetings all day. I was so mad I couldn't go on. I had a 9 o'clock meeting that was supposed to be an hour. We didn't finish up till 12:30. So annoying. They really do, Tommy. Their morning show is awesome. I definitely listen to theirs a lot more than I do to Johnny and Paul. No offense, guys, if you're here lurking and watching, because I love your show too. But Mo and Leroy, those two, it's just a great chemistry between the two. Oh yeah, he's got that show. See, I don't think about that as the morning. That's probably why I was thrown off, because that's the afternoon show he has where they usually talk about TV show and movies. I've seen that a couple times. It's not bad as well. Definitely prefer Mo and Leroy, those two. And I'm so do you. It's a huge community. We're all together and saying, yes, we are. Thank you. And I appreciate that. Watching Phil's polls, even though I haven't opened the pack in here. You know, it's interesting. I do watch some YouTube breaks, and I just love the nostalgia of it. Watching some rips, especially the older cards, just because it brings back some memories. So once in a while, I'll do that and just see like, oh, somebody's opening a pack of 1990 tops or something like that. They're doing an old school break. I gotta watch that and see some of these old cards. Picked up first edition booster packs of MLB 2000 Showdown Pennant Run. Wow, I remember that. Garbage Pail Kids is huge. Those videos get more than your baseball. Interesting. Yeah, I was completely surprised how popular they were again. I hadn't heard about Garbage Pail Kids in decades. Yes, that was very surprising to me. Yeah, that's another good show. I learned a lot. I was in and out of their show today. For those that don't know, Eric OBX Picker. He's got Leroy, Tim over the years, and Tank, Cernok. They're on, and I learned a lot from their show. I happened to flip on at one time when Tank was talking about hats and steaming hats to bring them back to their shape that they used to be, especially like when they're flattened. And my God, I learned so much there. Like I need to go get one of those molders now and get a steamer and start trying that just to see, especially on some of just my old hats that I still like. But they've got a very good show. They all bring something different that they're good at, but they all work well together and they all have a little bit like that they do the same. It's just so much. I learned so much from those guys. It's a great show. And then there's a great group in there in the chat. Tommy, Kent, and quite a few others that are also adding to the topics. It's just a really good show, and they go from like 9:30 to whenever on Tuesdays. On Cajun Roots Live. All right, Corbin, Amy, have a good day, you guys. Can't wait to see that video that Amy's working on right now. Real friends that watch others instead of me when I'm live. Content is king. It is. I think that's why I'm sorry, because I love both. Oh my God, they're both good shows. I do like Cajun Roots and Philly Flipper. I mean, he's just entertaining, and I just love picking on him. I pick on him probably more than I pick on Leroy. Definitely a lot more sarcastic with Paul. I love just going in there, messing with him for a few minutes, and then go back to Mel and Leroy. Yeah, your mornings are different. You know, if I ever get to the point where I'm going to be able to do reselling full time, my mornings will be a lot different too. Yeah, thinking about mornings, guys. Wow. Hold on one second. I'll go to this. This is a great conversation. You're super engaged with the chat. Awesome. I'm going to cruise about death checking the rest of your life. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I really appreciate those words. It's pretty nice of you. Thank you. Zombie Bargain Hunter, what's up, man? Congratulations on the competition. You're prize will be in the mail in the next day or two. Trying to decide which plush I'm going to send you. Yeah, expect that soon. And Paul is a big target, and he is so big that he can't miss him. Yeah, speaking of this morning, guys, I might include the pictures in my next video, maybe tomorrow morning's video. But this morning I'm driving my stepson to school, and we're going down the road, and he says, "Wow, I think there's an accident up there." I'm like, "Oh, probably is." I see cars merging to the left lane. We get up there. There's a white car and a school bus, and the school bus is into a brick wall. And you guys who follow me on Instagram, I've got the pictures there actually. And we're looking, and there's the students on the bus from the junior high. The other car's mangled. The front of the bus is destroyed. We go up, we get to the school. We come back. I text my fiance, and we start talking with other people, figuring out what's going on. It's actually the bus he would be taking if he took the bus. We're not letting him this year just with COVID. We just figured, you know what? I'm up early. I have to be to work by 8. So I'll just drive him in. And if I ever have to go to the office or anything, I can do that. And we're like, wow, that would have been his bus. 10 of the 20 kids were taken to the hospital with just minor injuries, which is good. Little things like bloody noses, bumps and bruises, cuts and scrapes. But it was a hard hit for someone to run a red light, hit a bus at an intersection, and drive them this way and take out half of the wall. It's pretty crazy stuff. Glad to see that most of the kids are okay and just minor injuries. But I was also glad to see that he was in my car and not on that bus this morning. Tommy, the different group of viewers cracked me. There's definitely different levels of knowledge that run in packs. The other morning shows are mostly sub for sub, begging for hours, and beginner talk. No, it's true. It definitely is. And I think that's what I love about going into some of those beginner groups, because I'm still a beginner, and there's some fun in there as well. There's some joking around, especially on Cajun's show. There's joking around obviously with Mo and Leroy's show too, which is awesome. And I love the advanced talk there that I learned from a lot of you guys. It's pretty cool. Same thing with OBX's show. You learn a lot of advanced stuff. Definitely learned a lot from him in that show. And they've all got their different fan bases, and you've got the people that cross over, and we just enjoy everyone. I know Chuck is with me in the mornings. We're usually jumping around all over the place, getting a little bit of everybody. But it's cool. I definitely gravitate more towards the shows that are passing more of the advanced knowledge, just because I try to learn a lot from this. It's something I definitely have a passion in and want to learn a lot of. So I definitely want to be more in the chats that have those topics. But whenever my brain needs a break, I definitely jump over to the ones that are more of those beginner ones, the ones that are all posting their links, and yeah, and just have fun for a couple minutes and then go back to, all right, let me overload my brain again while I'm working. Jen saw that. Yeah. I feel bad for any parent that got a call from their kid this morning that their bus just got in an accident. We live 2 minutes from where the accident was, and my fiance said she would have been a mess and flying over there. And I said to David, I said, how fast do you think I would have been going down Susquehanna Road if you were in that accident? And he was like, 8,292 miles per hour. I'm like, you're probably close to right. And then mom would have been pushing police officers out of the way saying, where's my babies? Yeah, Tommy, it's pretty crazy. Very lucky for sure. Yeah, Chuck. It was definitely pretty lucky. If anybody saw those pictures on Instagram, it was definitely crazy. Yeah, it's definitely what matters. Good. Yeah, Chris, sometimes you just want to relax and have fun. You don't want to learn anything, hear much of seriousness, so you just go have fun. Wow, you won 13 auctions during this challenge. So how much of the money you made off of your auction items did you wind up spending back? Some people I watch live, no matter who is in the chat, but and sometimes I watch strictly because the people in the chat. Depends on the mood. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a couple of shows I watch really for the chat. And if nobody I like talking to is there, I definitely bounce out of them. Usually they're in the afternoon. I'm not gonna talk about which shows they are. But I definitely watch those more for the guests that they occasionally have and the chat. And there's other people I just have to go to watch. If Leroy's live, you know I'm watching Leroy. That's my boy right there. Can't not watch him. Jarhead, what's up, man? How you doing? Glad you could stop in. His mail carries me so annoyed. Almost $500. Wow. Okay. That's perfect. We can all leave here and go to totally different chats next, or all the same. Yeah. I tell you, I love having the multiple tabs open too, because if I'm not watching one of the videos, I can still be involved in the chat and continue in the conversation if there's somebody I wanted to chat with, which is pretty cool. 170 for the fishing reel Donna had was the most expensive. Wow. Oh crap. So I just realized it's now 5 o'clock. I've got to go get dinner. We've got to be at the baseball field by 5:45 to do COVID pre-screenings for my oldest. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I want to thank you all for coming in and watching, like always. Just want to say, again, the next few weeks, I'm going to be starting this at 4 o'clock instead of 4:30 during the baseball season. Just so I can give you guys a full hour. I think a half hour is just kind of a waste of time. By the time people get in and get started, you're really not talking about anything. So I'm going to do 4 to 5, and I'm going to try and squeeze in some weekend ones when I get the chance, if possible, with this crazy schedule. Tommy's here, so I'm going to say, like always, check out Tommy's show tonight. It looks like it's just him and Tracy tonight at 10:15, no guest. But sometimes, while we all love the guests they have, sometimes that Tommy and Tracy show can be more fun without a guest. They definitely feed off the chat and feed off each other. So can't wait to see you guys tonight. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys there. Have a good evening, everybody.